Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I'm a little bit on the disappointed side when it comes to Xbox. Now, if you guys maybe seen on the channel maybe like an hour or 2 hours ago, depending on when you guys see this video, I actually made a pretty cool video where I was like, hey, Xbox had a really good, showcasing on the Microsoft like stock shareholders meeting. They had good revenue. They bumped up like a big amount of $7 billion. Activision acquisition seems to be going well. And I was like, I'm pretty excited for the future of Xbox. Now, I still am. I still think Game Pass, cloud gaming, Xbox as a platform has a lot of cool potential, and I'm very excited for the future games coming out throughout this year. But in this really quick kind of bonus video, I saw even more kind of just really disappointing news when it came to Xbox. Now, as you guys may have seen, we saw a pretty big layoff when it came to Xbox with thousands of people and many different types of departments. Some games are being kind of shouldered on down. A lot of big games, even like Call of Duty, had big layoffs. And I can understand it, mainly with a big acquisition. You have to spend a lot of money. And also on top of that too, like it's just a company, you gotta do what you gotta do. Tech and gaming as a whole has been a little bit on the rough side. But what I'm about to go and share with you guys made me so extremely sad and just I don't know, it just kind of disappoints me. And here's the quick usual sub if you guys are new. We're probably live on Twitch. You guys want to say hi or follow. Same with Twitter. Weeble for the free stock money. I've been throwing that back in there. But at the end of the day, this is sad. Now, if you guys don't know, Microsoft's been doing a lot of layoffs. Like it happened, Xbox happened. But the one big thing to know is that it happened again. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a quicker video, but Microsoft has now laid off most of the Activision Blizzard esports organization. Now, it's their company now. It's their business. I understand the higher up of an acquisition. It's their company now. If they want to stop it, they can. But the thing is that how they handled this was very sad. We saw the news of all the layoffs a few days ago. That was horrible as is. But at the same time, there's also then a part two, and this is the part two, where they had all these big, I don't want to say concerts, like just conventions. They have like these events, esports, they're on Twitch or YouTube, where you have these big like finals or Call of Duty finals or whatever it might be. And they, at this point, now laid off a very large amount of those folks right after an event that happened. So instead of having like the layoffs when everyone else had them a few days ago, they waited for the entire event to be done to then go and basically lay folks off. Now, I can understand that because what are you really supposed to do? Like you're already working, you're already at the event. You can't really like fire them at the moment. But it's just one of those sad things where this might be a little bit on the overshadowed side. As someone who's like done a lot of Twitch stuff, I've done tournaments, I've done charity tournaments, I've done all this type of stuff. This like kind of puts a sad spot in my heart because a lot of the esports is usually people who put their heart and passion into games, and they try to do their best to go and like just make it fun, let people have a livelihood. And a lot of this type of stuff has been built in the past like 15, 20 years of people doing stuff for no money, doing MLG game battles, if you guys remember that back in the day. And it's just really sad to see where Microsoft has laid off now most of the internal Activision Blizzard esports organization, according to a source familiar with the matter. The layoff at the Eternal Group are part of a 1,900 cutbacks in jobs that Microsoft announced last week for Xbox, Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard gaming divisions. Activision Blizzard did not formally comment, as sources familiar with the matter said the esports business is not going away, but the company is being thoughtful about how to evolve to better deliver for players and fans. This also kind of stems off too of like, say, League of Legends, TSM, completely gone. Like one of the OGs, or CLG, if you guys ever played League, you guys understand. Or maybe you guys understand if you guys do like CSGO, like Team Liquid, or, whatever it might be, FaZe Clan. A lot of this type of stuff has not been doing good for esports. FaZe Clan as a company has dropped down astronomically. A lot of other various sports are basically dropping a lot of their competitive scenes, dropping their teams because they can't afford it, and just everything in the esports sector is doing poorly, which would explain why they want to do layoffs. But it kind of makes me sad because so many folks are having to deal with this one. And I just made a nice video about Xbox. Like, it's kind of like, oh, hey, good stuff, good news, and then you see this, and you're like, oh, why'd I even bother? It is like the gaming news. There's different departments. Like, you can still be happy for future games, and still be sad for this. And it's kind of why I'm on my channel. I try not to flip flop too much, but like it is like some news is good, some news is bad, and I'm usually kind of like net, I guess, neutral. But it's still sad to see. Like, I don't like layoffs. I don't like all the layoffs we keep seeing. And at the same time, especially when folks are coming right back home from working a big event that took many months, if not years, of planning to do, it sucks. So the source said Activision Blizzard is not stopping esports. Instead, it is adopting to a new business model to better serve the community. The people who are directly impacted have all played an important role in the success of our team and the success of Activision Blizzard. The source said the company is grateful for their contributions and will provide full support with severance, equity, bonus, healthcare, and job support, which is still nice. Like, I do like that. I like the fact that they at least care about the folks afterwards. But at the same time, job support is going to be hard because, well, this esports has kind of been slowing down. Same with like all the other gaming spheres, community management spheres, whatever it might be. While esports has struggled as an industry, it's still surprising to see Microsoft cut it back so much. In particular, this will affect the Call of Duty League and the Overwatch League. And this also kind of stinks too, because there's also, I think, even like World of Warcraft tournaments that were also funded by Activision, even StarCraft stuff too as well. Although those aren't as like big and popular, so people probably don't talk about it as much. But I used to love that stuff. That's why I got into Twitch like 10 years ago, because I watched StarCraft tournaments and streams. And it also stinks too because the new, like, I think president of Xbox is also a Call of Duty, like the ex Call of Duty manager. So people were kind of caught on this. Like, look at this. Saying, hey, like here, like this is, so look at this, 22 hours ago. Joanna becoming the Blizzard ENT president is a ray of hope at least. We will finally have a leader with acknowledges Call of Duty esports as a product of Blizzard. And then the next day, urgent meeting scheduled at 9:30 a.m. on my day off. Godspeed all. If you see that, my chest would be bumping, my heart would be dropping, and well, yeah, saying right afterwards, they did it. They actually did it. They let us work with that over our heads and laid us off on our first day off. The lack of common decency is a joke. Now, once again, I do agree. Like, what else are you supposed to do, though? I mean, I understand. You just got to do what you got to do. I get it. I understand it. Like, that's totally fine. But the part two of it is that, like, man, it's just rough. Like, imagine you go through, like, a big event. Maybe you have to keep on working. Maybe you're trying to go schedule stuff 6 months in advance. And as you're sitting there, you're like, am I going to keep my job? Like, I saw all my other friends, colleagues on Twitter, Reddit, LinkedIn, like, news articles, IGNs losing their jobs. And then am I going to keep my job? And they kept it for a few extra days. And then until Xbox comes out and they're like, hey, man, like, well, sorry, esports is going to be gone soon. This is also after we just saw like really good reports of like, say, Microsoft making a lot of money, or the Microsoft gaming division contributed to $7.11 billion in revenue. Basically, Microsoft Satya Nadella is reporting that Xbox Game Pass saw a record for the most subscriptions added in a single day following the release on Starfield. You also know the company has made great strides in cloud gaming and has seen a 44% increase, which I just made a video on. If you missed it, like for the positive news, check it out if you just want to. But it's kind of sad to see, because they're still doing well. They're making billions of dollars, with the Activision deals doing great. But it also makes sense in the corporate side. You buy a huge acquisition, $70 billion. You're going to go not want to have like duplicate jobs. You want to go maybe decide things. Sometimes you want to have a clean slate. Like, I understand on the corporate side, I understand the world life side, but it's really sad to go and to see like everyone over here. Or even like over here, we see Sue Goshwin saying after 7 years, I've been laid off by Blizzard too as well. And this is once again the gaming esports side who does like the hosting and planning and Call of Duty and all this type of stuff, which is very integral for growth and marketing. And also it's a fun thing for the community. And also a lot of pro players, streamers, YouTubers, content creators are also involved with very handily. Think like Optic. Think, you know, like all these different companies, FaZe, like I keep mentioning. So it was a dream to come true to work here, and I'm sad that my time was cut short. Yes, I was ready for this call with champagne. Got us both the good times and opportunities I had. What's next? I am available. So it's really sad to see. Like, I don't like seeing layoffs. This one kind of came a little bit more close to the gut. And of course, after all the other layoffs happened a few days ago, it's just not fun to see. So I don't know, Xbox. It stinks. It happens. But what can you do? We're probably live on Twitch. You guys are bored. You want to say hi? Feel free to. I have the Twitter down below too as well. If you guys want to follow, sign up for Webull, get a bunch of free money in stock if you guys want. Just doing a little bit, like put a little bit of money into it. You get a bunch of stocks back. I use it myself. It's cool. Link down below. And subscribe if you guys are new. Give me your thoughts and comments down below.